Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Hayden Geist. Thank you so much for your support. You're awesome and I hope you're having a great weekend. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, we got a lot to talk about. So, yesterday, Ika, Demetres, and Dre were talking in the HOH room. There was a lot of that. There was a lot. So Dre was like, do you think that William's lying to me about like how close he is with Kevin and if he trusts him or not? And Ika's like, yes, we cannot trust William. Ika thinks that William is spilling all of their tea, that's like the phrase of the season, to Kevin. She's like, maybe not your stuff, Dre, but definitely mine. Because she noticed he goes right to Kevin after she's done talking to him. But to be fair, he goes right to Kevin all the time. So anyway, Dre is trying to defend him. She's like, no, he says that he's not giving out all this info, so I trust him. It's all good. So then Ika's like, Dre, you're the only one that trusts William, and you're the only one who's freaking saving him right now because everyone thinks he's sketchy as hell. And honestly, like, if you were not vouching for him, no, he would be gone. So... and also, he's not doing the same thing for you in return. So Dre's like, yeah, I agree. But she says that she has a soft spot for William. So Ika's like, whatever, I'm done with William. She wants to push forward with Demetres and Dylan and Dre. Alright, so then Demetres and Ika were plotting in the storage room. This is all still before nomination, so... Demetres is trying to figure out what he's going to say. They're still, you know, pretty set on Kevin and Bruno going up on the block. They're talking about the pitch that they gave them earlier. And they're like, you know what? We don't owe those two anything. They're still going up. And if the people in the middle really are targeting us, then whoever stays out of Kevin and Bruno should still want to work with us next week because nothing will have changed. They'll still need us. We'll still need them. So it should be fine. So then Bruno comes in, he's like, hey, can we talk again? So they reconvene in the HOH room, and Demetres is like, alright, this is what's up. I felt like our alliance was over when you and Kevin threw the HOH competition to Dylan, even though he was saying that he wanted to nominate myself and Ika. He also brings up that they heard that they were pushing for Demetres to go home last week before the power veto. Bruno is denying. Deny. So Bruno's like, no, you see, this is what people are doing. They're spreading all this info to get us against each other. So Bruno says, we need to reset and we need to work together to go after the middle. He says, if Kevin or I go home this week, all four of us are going to end up in jury, and we're going to be talking about this season in the jury house. So, I mean, it's pretty much the same pitch from before. Bruno's like, I'll put up whoever you guys want. If I win the next HOH competition, I'll do whatever. So then Ika is like, you guys just freaking replaced us with Jackie and Cindy in the alliance. Kevin has lied to me so many times. And a few of those times it was totally unnecessary. So, like, what the hell's going on there? So Bruno's like, I get it. But we need to just put that aside, look at the bigger picture. We need each other right now. So Dre comes in and breaks up the game talk. But Bruno and Ika go to the pink room and continue this discussion. So Bruno is really hammering home the same pitch over and over and over again. Bruno, like, figures out some sort of strategy and then he just, like, keeps going at it for days. And it is exhausting. But I think after a while, people are just like, okay. So then Ika says that she doesn't trust him and William. Him meaning Kevin. She won't even say his name in this conversation. It's kind of hilarious. So she says that they're both spilling info to each other. She can't trust that. She doesn't want to be a part of that. So then every time Ika brings up shady stuff to Bruno, Bruno blames it on the 5 newbies in the middle. He's like, again, it's just them trying to get us against each other. So, I mean, in the long run, like, this pitch didn't really work because Ika and Demetres still agreed that they want to put Kevin and Bruno up, and Kevin is the target. Alright, but Kevin and Bruno got one more shot with Ika and Demetres before the nominations, so Ika tells Kevin straight up, I don't trust you. She's like, William told Dre. Now, okay, wait. Let me set this up. Just like 10 minutes before this, Kevin and William were talking on the couches, and William was like, oh, I see Bruno's talking to Ika and Dimitri's, like, how do you feel about that? Are you worried? And Kevin's like, no, like, Bruno and I are really tight, like, he would never throw me under the bus, I'm good. But then William told Dre that Kevin doesn't trust Bruno, and then Ika's saying, William told Dre that you're worried that Bruno's throwing you under the bus. And Kevin's like, no freaking way. William is lying. I'll go confront him right now. So he was like shocked to hear this. And Ika's like, well, you know, we've all noticed you spend 90% of your time with William. So there's definitely something going on there. You got to be talking about something. So then she mentions that William also told them that that Kevin wanted Dimitri's out when he was up on the block with Jackie. And again, Kevin is denying this. He's like, there's no freaking way. I had no idea that William was saying this stuff. He is pissed. All right, so then Bruno's like, hey, this is the newbies setting us up. It doesn't have to be like this. So again, they go into the same pitch, same discussion again, same arguments both ways, blah, 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 blah. All right. Then the feeds went down for more than 4 hours. So during that time, they had nominations. Bruno and Kevin are up on the block as planned. And it sounds like they had some sort of party, too. I don't know if this was like a halfway party or like Canada's 150th birthday party, which it might have been that. But anyway, they had fireworks and videos from home, which are having a lot more influence on the game than you would think. But we'll get there. So the feeds come back. And Kevin is pissed at William. They're talking in the storage room about William, you know, passing along all this information. So William is denying telling anybody that Kevin doesn't trust Bruno. And Bruno's like, Kevin is saying, you definitely were talking about it with somebody because they knew that we were talking about Bruno. How else would they know that? So William's like, I may have mentioned it to Dre, you think. He says that he only really talks to Dre and Kevin, so, like, it couldn't have been anybody else. So then Kevin's like, well, that's kind of messed up because I don't share anything that we talk about with Bruno, and that's, like, my Dre, so what are you doing? So Kevin also brings up William saying that Kevin wanted Dimitri's out last week, and William is just like, wait, what? What? I don't get it. He swears on his mother's life that he told Dre that Kevin wanted to evict Jackie. So this whole time, though, William is just very flustered and like, and I honestly don't know if it was just like a language issue or if he was trying to cover it up, but they continue to rehash things. Kevin is upset, but he's like, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. So now he pulls out the whole freaking parent thing on William, and William is just confused this whole time. So then Kevin is in the HOH room with Ika, and he's like, I just asked William what was going on. He was acting all confused. He was trying to cover it up, blaming it on his English. And I was like, look, William, I know you're a smart guy. You know, cut the crap. So Kevin is not sure at this point if it's William or Dre who's twisting things. But he's not happy about it because his truth is not being told. So Ika is letting Kevin know, like, I really did try for you and Bruno to stay off the block. And Kevin's like, I know. It's okay. So then Ika and Dimitri's are chatting alone. And it seems like Ika's kind of having a change of heart. Maybe Bruno's campaigning is actually working. She's getting a little nervous because she's realizing she could be the last vet standing with a bunch of newbies. So she's like, am I making a mistake here? I don't know how I feel about this. And Dimitri's is like, it's not like that at all. I never think of it as newbies versus vets, and I would never want to put you in danger. And Ika's like, I just can't shake this feeling that I'm taking out my own people. Like, I don't feel good about this. And she's also starting to wonder if Dre has been lying to her to make Kevin and Bruno look bad because of this whole William and Kevin thing. You know, there's definitely a miscommunication there. She doesn't know which one of the three is lying. So then Dimitri's is like, all right, well, who do you trust more? Kevin and Bruno or William and Dre? And Ika's like, honestly, I can't trust anybody. So later, Dre was in the HOH room with Dimitri's and Ika. And Ika's like, Dre, I just want to let you know, William is claiming that you are twisting his words around. And Dre immediately is like, house meeting! She wasn't serious, but I wish she was, because I love a good house meeting. But she was joking to hide the pain. Because then she was like, teary-eyed. She was really upset. She was not happy with William because she's worked so hard to protect him, and then he's going around and supposedly, you know, saying that she's twisting his words, so that's not cool. But anyway, this morning they had the POV player draw. Jackie is hosting. We've got Demetrius, Kevin, and Bruno competing, and 3 extra players, Ika, Dre, and William. Ooh, interesting draw there. So then this morning, Kevin was talking to the cameras in the storage room, and he's like, all right, here's the deal, live feeders. I have not thrown Bruno under the bus yet, but I absolutely will when the time comes. He's not messing around here. He doesn't want to get evicted like the same week that he was in his own season. So he's saying, for now, his plan is to act defeated. He wants to try and make it look like Bruno is the bigger target because he's still running around with Ika and Demetrius trying to make something work. But Kevin is trying to look defeated. Maybe people will have pity on him and vote to keep him. But he said, like, when the time comes, he will absolutely throw Bruno under the bus. Whoa. All right. So then Ika and Demetrius strategy chat. Again, Ika's saying that she's nervous, that she's going to be the biggest target in the house after Kevin and Bruno are gone. She feels like if she's up on the block next to any of those newbies, she is gone. And she's probably right. So she's again saying, did we make a mistake here? So then Ika, the wheels are turning. She's thinking maybe if the power of veto is used, they would get rid of the replacement nominee and keep Kevin and Bruno to be meat shields in front of them. So she's throwing Karen out there as a potential replacement. Karen wants to take her out. She's made it very clear that she wants to get rid of all the vets. And she's saying if we get rid of Karen, we can kind of like go back into the middle. I don't know about that, but she would feel a lot better if Karen wasn't around. And also, here's where the home videos come into play, the videos from family. Apparently, Dylan's family gave Karen a shout out, and everybody's freaking out about that because they're like, oh, Dylan and Karen are definitely going to trust each other now because they basically like got approval from their families who are watching. So they're like, we need to break that crap up. It's not okay. So then Demetrius and Dre were in the HOH room, and Demetrius is like thinking more about Ika right now than the game. He's worried that Ika is regretting getting into a showmance with him. I don't know if this is again because of the videos, because Ika's ex was in her video with her children, and I don't know if that like made it more real or what, but there's also the drama of like newbies versus vets now, so it's like it's just tense and weird. So Dre is like, Ika likes you, and Demetrius is like, yeah, but I can't take this crap anymore. I'm like losing sleep over it. He doesn't know if they're gonna have a relationship outside of the house, so he's freaking out about that. We'll come back to that. Alright, so Ika checks in with Bruno and Kevin, and she lets them know, I'm trying to work on Demetrius for you guys, because I know that we would have a better chance up on the block against the two of you, you know, rather than the newbies. And they're like, yes, yes, absolutely, keep us. So she's also throwing out Karen as a potential new target for this week, and of course they're eating that up. They're like, yeah, Karen's the worst, get rid of her. And then it's time for a little break from the game. Dre lets Ika know Demetrius is all messed up right now. So Ika's like, wait, but I really like him. I like him so much that it scares me. Is classic line. But she doesn't want to tell him that. So Dre encourages Ika to go talk to him. So Ika goes up to the HOH room, and they're both like, oh, this wasn't part of the plan. Like, I didn't know I'd meet anyone. Blah, blah, blah. Long story short, they're all lovey-dovey again. Whatever. Alright, so the feeds went down not that long ago for the Power Veto competition, which is really important this week, and I'm really excited to see who wins. So make sure you guys check back later. I'll post the winner in the info for this spoiler. And let me know what you think about what's going on right now. Do you think that Ika will flip it and keep Kevin and Bruno this week? It's going to be interesting. I don't know if she can even get the votes for that. But let me know in the comments, and until tomorrow, much love.